Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Meanwhile, it's time to talk about something that has been hotly awaited, and actually Google surprised us all by shipping early on Friday, actually it was Thursday, Halloween Day. Google put the Nexus 5 on sale, their successor to the very popular Nexus 4. This is a line of phones starting with the Nexus 1, which was, in my opinion, one of the best Android phones I ever had. I loved my Nexus 1. They're made by Google, or made for Google by companies, in this case LG for the Nexus 4 and 5. But Google doesn't allow any junk from the manufacturer, and because they're sold at the Google Play Store, there's no carrier cruft on it either. It is a pure Google experience. Now, the original Nexus 1 was designed to bypass the carriers. Google learned their lesson. They realized they do need the carriers. So the newest Nexus, the Nexus 5, is available on everybody but Verizon. You can buy it from Sprint. You can buy it from T-Mobile and AT&T. I bought this from the Play Store. Here's the amazing thing on the Nexus 5, the price. So this is a 32 gig Nexus 5. They also sell 16 gigs. Unlocked, unsubsidized 16 gig Nexus 5 is $350. For $400, you can get the 32 gig. Now, you do make some sacrifices. No SD cards, just like the Nexus 4, and no removable battery. There's no serviceable parts inside. And that's unfortunate. That's one of the things I like about Android phones, but not this one. They've replaced the glass back. I have the old Nexus 4. This was kind of interestingly stylish. It had a glass back and front, which also made it very fragile, but kind of cool looking. I have to be honest. When I reviewed the Nexus 4, I gave it a do not buy because I thought the screen quality was low. It wasn't as good as many of the phones on the market, the top of the line Android phones. And I also, I confess, didn't fully appreciate the value of having a pure Google experience phone. I have learned my lesson, and a year later, I have to say there's a lot of good in the Nexus 5. First of all, it's the first phone to have Android 4.4 KitKat. No other phones yet, many will. KitKat has some interesting new features. This is the new Google home screen. I've customized it a little bit, but this is the thing that's most important. One of the pages of the home screen is now Google Now. Google Now is sewn into all of this. Also, a new photo app. It's a little confusing, frankly. There's still the Gallery app, but they also now have a Photos app on the Nexus 5 that really is just an interface to the Google Plus Photos, including their new Auto Awesome, their new video editing. There's a lot of new photo features in Google Plus that I really like. I have to say, the quality of the camera is surprisingly good. Look at that picture of the sidewalk. No, that was a mistake, obviously. It's really rich. I think there's an HDR Plus mode that does a great job. This is an 8 megapixel shooter. Still maybe not as good as the iPhone, but I have to say Google's really making some real progress in the software side of this, particularly if you're a Google Plus user. I think you're going to really enjoy the quality of the camera on this. That's a first for a Nexus phone, frankly. They've always been a little second rate in the cameras. It's also a much improved screen over the Nexus 4. It's now full 1080p 5-inch screen. And I felt like it was a little washed out. I think my eyes are ruined by all of the Super AMOLED screens I've been looking at. It's the thing that really works well is if you have to use this in bright sunlight. I've never seen a phone work so well. It's about this bright in bright sunlight. It is as good in bright sunlight as it is in the dark. There's a lot to be said for that. Of course, you don't have to use the Google launcher. Like every Android phone, you can use your favorite launcher. I'm just showing you the original Google launcher just so you can see what it looks like. You know, it's an impressive phone, and boy, for $350, that you gotta say that's probably the best deal on an Android phone. When you buy Nexus, you're also buying the guarantee that Google will update these phones first. So when the next generation of Android comes out, it's certain that you will get it before anybody else does because it's a pure Google experience. Of course, you have full access to the Google Play Store. You'll get the latest version of the Play Store. It's a little bit changed. You'll get now the menu is over here on the left. You'll get that Photos app. It's a very impressive phone. A couple of us have already got our Nexus 5. Chad loves his. He said it's the best phone he's ever used. Yeah, it's an IPS LCD screen. Looks pretty good even at an angle. It feels a little bit low contrast, maybe a little washed out over bright to me. In fact, one of the reasons I have a black wallpaper on that is to reduce that feeling of kind of over bright. But maybe that's because I've been spoiled by other phones and other screens. Compared to the Moto X, now I got to say, in my opinion, the Moto X is still the best Android phone out there. It's very close to a pure Google experience, but Motorola, a Google company, has added features that are still not on the Nexus 5. Things like the Motorola Assist, which know when you're in a meeting or on driving a car or asleep and automatically silence the phone so that you don't have to worry about getting woken up in the middle of the night. That'll automatically send out text messages if you want while you're in meetings. Those kinds of things are really nice features. The shake to open. But this does have one thing that the Moto X has. When the phone's unlocked, you can say, "Okay, Google," and the phone will respond. And
it just did.
It just did. And I think that's really a nice feature. The hands-free, no button to push. The phone has to be unlocked for it to do that. This also lacks one feature that makes that really great on the Moto X, which is the skip feature. That means when you're in a trusted Bluetooth area or you put it on a specially formulated NFC chip, it'll automatically unlock itself. You still have to unlock this manually or not lock your phone, which I don't recommend. Another nice feature that I expect to be in more and more Motorola phones in time is the tap to pay. It's got NFC in the back. You can set it up with a variety of applications. Of course, Google hopes you'll use Google Wallet. It comes with Google Wallet. And if you go to a store that has the tap to pay feature, don't know where those would be, but one hopes more will appear, you can literally just tap this. I think McDonald's does it, a few places like this. You can tap at your phone and automatically pay with your Google Wallet or other application. So a beautifully designed phone. I think Google was smart to replace the plastic with this velvety soft touch. They replaced the glass with the velvety soft touch plastic. Much improved camera software. The photosphere is better. The HDR Plus is excellent. When it ties into Google Plus and their camera capabilities, I think you get a pretty darn good phone. Great video, wonderful video capabilities. The screen, gorgeous. Thank you for 1080p. That's a very high resolution. Shannon played with it a little bit. She said she felt like it was a little soft focus. I'm not sure. You've probably seen the same thing I am, which is just, it feels a little washed out, maybe something like that.
Yeah, that must be what it is.
Probably should play with it beforehand. So the pros, hey, the price is easily the #1 pro. It is a great screen. It is a pure Google experience. You don't get purer than this, including the first phone to run Android 4.4 KitKat. On the con side, no removable battery, no SD card, either 16 or 32 gigs. That's all you get. And I do feel like the screen maybe lacks a little bit compared to the Super AMOLED screens from Samsung. Even the HTC One, which is also an LCD screen, I think looks better than this at a very similar screen resolution. Nevertheless, this is a definite buy. If you're a Nexus type, this is going to make you very, very happy. Probably the best phone Google's ever done. The Nexus 5, the first KitKat bar in a telephone. And that's my review of the Nexus 5. I liked it a lot, and I just think that there are other phones to look at, the HTC One, the Moto X. The good news is Android phone folks have huge, excellent choices nowadays, and this is just one more great phone.